as we wrap up our last one from the new 2C. Den of Thieves 2, Pantera. They've come back, Zach, and I've told you, this is just the beginning. Oh, probably 12 more Den of Thieves.
Yeah, many more dens with thieves in
dens,
them.
Yeah. Did you like the first one?
I was mixed on it. Like, I think that movies in this style are usually pretty entertaining. It wasn't like a bad version of a Heat ripoff, but it was a Heat ripoff. And, you know, I think I went like 3 stars on it.
A Heat ripoff that's trying to be Fast and Furious.
Right. Like it's going for the plot of Heat, but the feel of a Fast and Furious movie.
Exactly. You know, there were points where they drag it out because this is 144 minutes. It does not need to be 144 minutes, but they're trying to add extra genres here. Now that the first heist went wrong, if you want to say that, the evil cop did not get to capture the evil thief. They said, what if they joined forces? And that's kind of the pitch of this movie. They're in a different place. I think they're in Paris, if I'm not mistaken, because they're trying to get diamonds. But then they do this funny thing where they're trying to be the bad guys doing a heist, but there's bad guys after them. But those bad guys have badder guys. So there's this whole bad guy inception thing that's going on as they're working with this new group. That's where the Pantera comes in. There's these Panther organization that's made up of criminals. And for the most part, I don't know if any of the new people stuck out to you. I think the people from the first movie were better. But y'all kind of got rid of them.
Yeah, I mean, at least they didn't do the thing that sometimes sequels do where they just sort of pretend that some of the people who died didn't die.
Was not shot 50 times, so you just bring them back. Yeah. I think they could have been stronger on that aspect. There's one part I did like, even if it got real corny. They turned this into a bro comedy film for large portions of it. Like, they're just chilling at parties. They'll do a lot of corny moments, and then it'll pop into an element of the movie where the two guys who hate each other are kind of bonding with each other. I thought that worked a little bit more for me.
Yeah, I mean,
but it's still
like, yeah, I mean, look, it's probably more of a fun hang in times than the last movie because they're not taking themselves as seriously. Like, there's definitely a lot of Miami Vice, Let's Get Wet influence in this film, and I love the whole party sequence. But like, I don't know, man, it's a little silly. Like, you know, this is a movie where at one point Gerard Butler jokes that he and O'Shea Jackson Jr.'s characters met on a gay cruise, and like it's certainly not the most original joke, but it does feel very true to the types of characters they're portraying.
Yeah, I think no one wrote that. You know, he said that.
Exactly, right? Like it is true to this mentality, this vibe. And you know, like there are going to be people who really vibe with it. I know there is like a hive of big Den of Thieves fans out there. I find them okay. I'm certainly not going to be super excited for the inevitable Den of Thieves 3 that you were telling me is coming.
But a 3 from you is pretty good. That's not bad. You still had an enjoyable time with it.
Yeah, I think maybe I'd go more 2.5 on this, but that's all right. Like that's an okay movie to me.
That's still an okay, yeah. I prefer the first one. I think the first one's a little bit tighter. It's funnier. It has less moments where the lead actors are putting on masks so that they can switch with their body doubles.
Yeah.
But other than that, the heist is also better in the first one, but this one keeps things lively, and we'll see. I mean, they very much end this movie setting it up for a next one.
Yeah,
I mean, they
directly.
take a scene from Fast and Furious, bro. Like, the Fast and Furious, to be specific. Hey, we have more of these coming out. It's fulfilling what people needed to. I don't know how it's doing in the box office so far, but I think they're just going to need to build a stronger team.
Yeah,
if so much you can do with these guys, yeah.
There's so many dudes who I think would fit in this universe that maybe just are Copley
like
can bring a little
Expendables?
more charisma. I mean, yeah, I would not be as opposed to them just turning this into like Expendables for the heist genre. Like, you know,
The heist
bring in Jason Statham.
Yeah.
That's the thing, and that's ultimately, I think, what you want from these movies is for the heists to kind of work. And there were a couple things that I thought were pretty novel. The whole like hook getting over to the other building thing was pretty cool. I believe
it was them as the actors doing it, but I thought that was ingenious. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good setup.
The plastic shield camouflage thing. You need a lot of stuff like that, and it had a few cool ideas in there.
And again, surprised with the humor. The first one definitely had it, but here it's definitely leaning on the not cutting the humor on a tense scene. It's like the whole scene is them just chilling, telling jokes and stuff. But hey, it's been the same director for both. I believe they're just going to continue having him.
Yeah,
and as
the
long
only
as
movies he's directed.
Right? Hey, I don't want him to have a Rock Vin Diesel thing. But as of now, Gerard Butler and O'Shea Jackson Jr. are the ones steering the ship, and I think they need each other. There's no way they do this without one or the other. So we'll see how they keep streamlining this. Den of Thieves 10, we'll be there for it soon.
Whether we want to or not.
If you're into it, it's worth it in Dolby. Overall, for the story and what it's done, a rental for me.